Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Borderlands Forever. Today we're on Point of Reach on the ladder with Zlo, Montana, Zlo, the red UEF in the bottom. Montana, previously known as Mountain. Also UEF. On the top in the blue. So let's see what happens. UEF. Not the greatest map for them. Generally T2 Navy maps aren't their strong suit. Destro is not well liked by many people. But on this map you can sort of do other things than T2 Navy. Unlike some other naval maps, I mean there's so much to fight for in the islands that you can use a lot of air and T2 land instead. So Zlo prioritizing his PGens and his air factory over expansion. May lack mass, but will have his factory much faster, I'm sure, than Montana. Well, a fair bit. See, Montana already has an engineer expanding. Not sending this guy to this island, instead it's just gonna have 2 expansion engineers and the rest focus on PGens and transport. Don't really agree with making these extra PGens while the transport is building. That will be why he's stalling. Plus transport is complete. And is he actually going to drop a guy here? Okay, he is in fact, and he takes out Montana's scout, and also I think Montana would have missed the transport with that scout. Also now you can see the mass problem that Zlo has because of that slow expansion at the very start, but he's going to have faster expansion to the island most likely. Actually, Montana is doing pretty well. Now, Montana has a scout ahead. He knows that there's no transport coming from Zlo to this side. And actually, he's going to only drop 2 here because of this scout. And he's going to drop on Zlo's island. Going to drop here. And also, I hope he doesn't start upgrading a mech. I was about to say, it does have one upgrading. Because when you're doing a proxy thing like this, you don't want to be ecoing. Because what you're doing is fighting for map control, so better to not eco Zlo. You can see has dropped here and hasn't moved on. Zlo immediately has reacted with a bomber now. This PD is well, it's just a bad call to rush a PD in that situation. He saw that Zlo isn't dropping to the side. He should just trust that. The only thing he would be sending is his ACU, but also he could have spotted that in the base, should have. And also Zlo is notorious for not moving his ACU out of the base at the start for a lot longer than other players. So now, what was very promising should be denied quite easily. He can actually lock this factory from building anything with these bombers. The NGs are already dead, so one, I would say drop everything in one place is probably good. Yeah, don't rush this PD here. It may slow, I mean Zlo can just walk into this and tank the damage and kill it anyway, so it's not too bad. Zlo has actually redropped now to Montana's island. Now this is a scenario for rushing a PD. Montana now dropping his own engineers. Look at this mass bar he has right now. So this is going to be a proxy base here. The ACU will take care of Zlo's drop. Yeah, PD goes up, but it's not too important. It's just going to take some HP off of Montana's commanders. Lona has a massive score lead already. So if we look at air, 17 interceptors, 4 for Montana. You can see the power difference is very significant. 120 power, 100 now. So that will be where Slow has taken the lead, is the more power and all of that power being used efficiently to make air. Oh, this factory just denied, but more importantly, a good raid. There's already a point defense here. That is extremely defensive. Very early to be making prophylactic defenses on the end of this plateau. And as you can see, it didn't even stop the drop, so not a good idea to make PD here. We have T2 land halfway done in the expansion island. As I was saying, you can make more use of air and Slow captures it. Okay, you can make more use of air and T2 land rather than just going for the T2 Navy on this map. And we have tanks dropped and an anti-air. Interesting drop. Slow with a big air force. Do we see any T2 air? No. Just focusing on making T2 land. And then we'll probably see... Well, what will we see? There's Sparkies coming out. Sparkies are really epically good units. I mean, they're super fast. They have jamming, which you can turn off to save power. They cost 15 power, so I would recommend if you're building a lot of them, might need to turn off the jamming in desperate moments. Super fast, lots of build power. They have a gun. They have lots of HP for engineers. They're just really good units, and obviously extremely good for drops. They're basically like, well, it's like comm dropping without having to make a commander. You should bring at least one T1 engineer with you, so you can build radar and factories and stuff, or even bring one T2 engineer and the rest Sparkies, so you can make stealth field as well as factories and everything else. The Sparkies have limited number of things they can build, just defenses and offensive buildings. No factories or radar, which are the most important omissions from their build options. I'll just show you them here. So you can build RT, TML, TMD, torpedoes, anti-air, PD, and shields, and walls. Everything else is off limits. Montana trying to get a proxy. This is very late, and it's definitely not going to work. This bomber just... gonna stop everything from happening. Total air control, and we have Riptides moving across. Montana's gonna make the gun to try and get some overcharges in on these to remove them from the game. This PD is interesting. And this proxy may actually be in position to do a bit of damage. This T2 PGen has been building for so long. Kind of want to avoid having PGens build for that long, but so much build power here, I think this should be stopped. 2 tanks trapped on this little island. an engineer for a company. Oh, T2 proxy T2 Navy HQ. Very dangerous place to make that, and also extremely far from certain parts of the map. Like over here, we have T1 Navy not being able to hit much of anything here, just a few PGens. And Slow has a fair bit of build power already made in terms of naval factories. The gun commander is not for the Riptides, it's for this PD instead, it seems. Gets the kill, but Montana is quite low now. We have Slow making the shield. He already has T2 and gun, and he has a T2 transport right next to him. Can anyone guess what Slow has planned? We have a Sparky drop. Spamming up T1 PDs. One of the first things generally when you're doing Sparky drops, one of the very first things you want to build is, now not in this scenario, but in many scenarios, say you're dropping into someone's base, or say you're dropping here or a bit closer, the first thing you'd want to build is probably PD to kill anything close, and then you want to quickly get a shield so that air units can't just come in and snipe the Sparkies and end the game, end the Sparky drop before it really begins. Montana is just securing his island, getting some HP back from vets. He's going to get some overcharges. On bigger maps you definitely want to try and use auto overcharge, because it's just takes too much APM to manually overcharge everything. So much raiding here. Don't know how these mechs has died. Perhaps frigates. Do we have any? Oh, there's an ACU, or a cruiser, I should say, which can go to work on this island. And Slow is on the move. T2 gun and shield on this commander, and we have torp bombers now. So this looks like Slow is going for the snipe. Oh, Montana loses all of his air now. Slow getting rid of all of that at the exact right time. Oh, we proxy T2 T2 land HQ to try and kill this island. Needs to make some flax and stuff out of there, but here comes the commander. Where is he landing? One thing about comm dropping in a one game is, not this game is completely won, but you want to be careful. If you drop too close to the enemy commander, he can just control K while you're in the air for a draw. But Slow has landed successfully, and he has shield, gun, and T2. There's really so much HP on this guy. Has Montana realized that it's a shield ACU? You can tell from the backpack and the slight glowy blue around the ACU. Seems like he's just happy to trade damage, but he has about 25,000 less HP to work with. We have it. This transport is not going to last. I hope he doesn't try to get on it. He does, and he doesn't even get the chance. This should be it. Slow still with 12k on the shield, and Montana is removed from the game. Pretty nice from Slow. This first drop for Montana could have been really devastating for Slow, but I think it was slightly executed slightly wrong, and Slow also reacted very quickly with that bomber and had air control, so he's able to mop it up. Nice stylish finish with the comm drop onto Montana's commander. Also, just generally better raiding in all the little corners of the map from Slow. took this location very early, raiding here, and maintained air control for most of the game and used it for, well, this early drop as well was quite nice. Didn't manage to kill this mech, so almost. So there we go. That was a pretty interesting game. Some HQs in interesting places. So that's all for now. See you next time.